New at noon now. New developments in Waterbury's water saga. Now, federal lawmakers are getting involved to help the city get the funding they need to make necessary infrastructure upgrades. This all comes after the city experienced several water main breaks in just the last few months. Your reporter, Anna Stansfield, live in Waterbury right now. So, Anna, you just heard from those representatives and the mayor. What do they think is the best step forward here?
Well, Taylor, a sort of brainstorming session just wrapped up here less than an hour ago at the city's water department between state, local, and federal leaders determining what's next here in Waterbury and where the funding for some of these necessary upgrades will come from. As of today, the city's water superintendent says the repair work to the water main that broke on Thomason Avenue is completed. Starting Monday, the city will now move their focus towards remediating the roadway so that drivers can start driving through that major road once again here in the city. All in all, the city's water superintendent expects that project to cost about $2.5 million. Now, while work there continues, the city also took some time to identify 10 other areas that are in crucial need of some help to make sure the water system can run as efficiently as possible here. That work, again, according to the city's water superintendent, will cost millions of additional dollars, which is why federal leaders like Senator Richard Blumenthal are now getting involved to try and find some federal funding that can help move those projects forward without putting too much of a burden on Waterbury.
These investments are not only doable and feasible, they are necessary. And we owe it to Waterbury, just as to every town and city in the state of Connecticut and the country, to provide the support they need to upgrade and repair aging infrastructure.
Now, Senator Blumenthal also mentioned here today that the issues that happened here in Waterbury should serve as a warning for cities and towns across our state, as he says infrastructure is continuing to age across Connecticut, especially as it relates to those pipes underground. We're going to have more on everything that's next here in Waterbury coming up at 4. For now, I'm your reporter in Waterbury, Anna Stansfield, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.